Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori if you're new. We're doing a bit of a spring reset. Lately, I have been feeling slumpy. I have been feeling uninspired. I feel like things just need a little bit of a revamp, and it's not that serious. Some of it's going to be literally just getting more sunshine in the day like we just did. We just had breakfast outside and I was reading a little bit. But I have not wanted to pick up books. I've been feeling a bit monotonous. Like, I'm someone who does quite well with routine, but after a certain point, the routine needs to be refreshed because it feels like Groundhog Day and it feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. I have a new reading chair that should be coming in hopefully soon. We're gonna go plant shopping this weekend, which I'm super excited about. I want to add more like green to the apartment. I feel like spring is a really good time to do that. And then we're going to be hobby rotating. Reading is something that I never really rotate out of my routine because I love reading so much, but where I'm feeling so reading slumpy, we're going to be reading very gently. I'm not setting any reading goals in this reset vlog, just having a little bit of a gentle time, resetting, spring cleaning, all those fun things. So if you're feeling in the same way right now, I'm so sorry to you. I hope that we can reset together. I hope we can get out of this slump together. Let's have an amazing week. So now, because part of resetting is to be gentle and nice to yourself and just chill, so I heated up an entire bowl of pasta with asparagus. Absolutely cover it with Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna go rot in bed for a little bit and watch my favorite streamer for like at least an hour, if not an hour and a half. And then I'm thinking that we're going to pick up Where Shadows Bloom. We just talked about being in a reading slump. This morning when we were eating our breakfast outside, I brought that book with me and I was really vibing because it's a YA. It's just so like easy to read and it's sapphic, and something about sapphic books lately. Well, okay, sapphic books all the time. Period. But sapphic books, especially recently, have been hitting so hard for me. And so we might continue this. The only reason I stopped reading, we read for about 30 minutes outside this morning, was because I wanted to start annotating it. And that is a very good sign, friends. I feel like I'm going to be annoying about this book, but I'm already obsessed with Lope. If I haven't mentioned, this is a YA sapphic, like bodyguard, best friends to lovers setup. Our two main characters, Ophelia is sort of like a princess, and then her knight is named Lope, and they've been best friends since they were little. But Lope has been charged to protect Ophelia at all costs because in this world there are like evil shadows that hurt mortals from what we've learned so far. And then no one knows where they're coming from. They're kind of like a plague on the land. So we're in Lope's chapter and she says, I was instructed to protect her no matter what road she chose. All this time, this was what I had wanted, for her to depend on me, for me to be of use to her, for me to be her knight. Perhaps at the palace we could be. I quickly dismissed that thought. I was not made for love or for courtship. I had been trained to be a knight. I was made for killing shadows. Lope is already giving sad girl energy, and truly, this is what I need. I'm hoping it continues very strong, but I did start to annotate it. We made it to chapter 8, which is page 99. I think that's going to be our stopping point for today. I just don't want to like push myself too hard with reading where I'm a little bit up and down with it. But everything's happening very quickly in this. I think quicker than what I had anticipated. Even on the inside cover, it says that Ophelia and Lope are trying to find the Chateau Enchanté, which is a mysterious court of the gods blessed King Leo, where the shadow monsters that are terrorizing like the rest of the world don't trespass. So everyone that lives in this palace is unaffected, and also they don't like to talk or acknowledge the shadows that are in other places, which is very interesting. So I took that as it was going to be like a journey expedition to find this place. We were already there before the 100-page mark. So they found the place really quickly, and I think that this is going to be like navigating court and politics, all of these things that our main character Ophelia has never been exposed to, because her mother used to live at court, and then I think when she fell pregnant, went to go live in the countryside and excluded Ophelia from that life, but also was doing that out of her best interest because it doesn't seem like her mother had the best experience at court, and has said multiple times, like, monsters are not just shadows, people can be monsters too. And I think that Ophelia is going to learn that lesson in this book. So it's still daylight out. It is just about 6 o'clock. I think I'm going to go for a WALK. I typically never go for a non-stimulation walk. I have to have like something playing. Otherwise, my thoughts just take me away. They take me by the hand. So it's walking time. Hi besties, it is future Tori. I'm editing this vlog and I realized I took so much B-roll. We're gonna go into a big like bullet journal update clip. I really just like went into this footage when I was filming it because I was so, when you just get in the zone, I felt my creative spark coming back, which we talked about, being in a creative rut. I was listening to music when I was doing this, and it was just like updating my February spread because I had never fully finished my February spread, my collage from Romantasy-a-thon. So I popped in my little collage pictures from that, and then also finishing up my April bullet journal spread, and March a little too. I printed out a bunch of book covers. One thing I'm trying to do more going forward, because I love seeing people's bullet journals when they have all of their book covers printed out. I just think it's really cute. And I don't do it because my printer often runs out of ink and it's just like annoying, and it's just a whole like process. But I love it so much that one of my focuses for my reading journal for this year is to continue printing out more book covers, because it's so fun. And then you get to put your little star rating underneath, or like have little arrows and write your little comments about the book. And I just think it's super cute, and it adds like a really fun, more like image centric look to a reading spread. So that's what we're doing in these upcoming clips. And then we need to circle back because we have so much to talk about. Hello, besties. It's been a couple days since my last check-in, so I don't remember like where we were at or what we were doing. I think we went plant shopping. We have some like house stuff that we'll be doing together because my new bed sheets came in. We're gonna like redo our bedding and kind of reset that space. Also, my reading chair did come in. I'm waiting for like one more thing of it to arrive before I show you, but she's massive and she's way bigger than we anticipated. But anyways, let's get to today. What better way to reset in a reset vlog than going to get a new tattoo? So let's go do that together. My tattoo appointment is at 2:00. It is currently like 12:45. I'm starving for lunch, so we're gonna go stop and get probably Wendy's because I've been like really craving Wendy's. Although I really want a McDonald's Diet Coke that I'm like, do we just go and get McDonald's? We have like a 45-minute drive as well, so I'm gonna like eat food on my way there. And then we're getting our tricep done. We're getting a gorgeous like pinup style girly pop in medieval suit of armor. Okay, besties, we have so much to catch up on. This vlog has taken place over like a 2-week period. We've done so much. We got the tattoo on Friday. Today is currently Monday. The new reading chair came in. So I didn't want to show it before it was all set up. Basically, I ordered this from Lovesack, which is like a beanbag chair company place. And they sent it all separately. So they sent first the beanbag insert, which is huge and massive, just took up so much freaking room. That's the first thing they sent. The second thing they sent is like, I'll try to do some, I don't know, close-ups, like pan-overs. That sounds so stupid, but of like the frame of the chair. Because underneath this big beanbag is like this chair frame and it's really cute. The cover they finally sent last, and the cover, I'm so happy with it because it kind of like squishes the beanbag insert a little bit more. When I first ordered this chair and the insert came in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much bigger than what I expected it to be. It took up so much room. I did end up moving my bookshelf like a little bit to make more room, but y'all, it's so much more like sucked in the cover than it was before that I was like, I can't show them this. Ross was like, I think you need to return it. Like, it's way too big. But it is so comfy. I cannot wait to read in this. We're going to have so many clips of us just getting cozy, comfy, reading in this chair. I'm so excited. There's nothing that gets me like more excited to read than having like a new reading spot. And we've tried to do that in this vlog too. Like when I'm feeling really not in the mood to look at a book, I try to read in different places. Y'all know I love reading at the park. I have so many vlogs where we're reading at the park. I swear it brings out the feral reader in me because I just feel like it helps like romanticize your life so much more. Reading at like a cafe. In the beginning of this vlog, we read outside. My apartment complex has these cool little like hangout areas. And I was like, why have I never read at this little spot before? Like the couch is really comfy. It's beautiful weather out right now. It's starting to be like spring here. So I was like, why don't we just go read there? So I've been reading in a bunch of different places, but also just having like a refreshed little area to read at home is so nice. The chair that I had before, I'm having a hard time letting it go, like maybe giving it away, like donating it to Goodwill or something like that, because I paid like $100 for it from Home Goods or TJ Maxx or something. And I've had that old blue chair for like 5 years. I have a video of setting up a reading nook from literally 4 years ago. It was one of the first videos on my booktube channel. And it was so much fun, and it's so like nostalgic that I'm like, I don't want to get rid of that chair. It means so much to me. And that chair is really comfortable. But I wanted something that I could like get really snuggled into. This one, if I wanted to, I could scooch up and fully nest in this chair. Speaking of which, I wanted to scooch up a little. I might play with like the beanbag. I just got the cover in today, so I literally just fought with this beanbag insert to get it into the cover and then like zip it up. So I might play with it and like turn it, rotate it, and figure out like what works best. But oh my gosh, I love her. And then reading updates, because when we first started this vlog, we were reading Where Shadows Bloom. I ended up soft DNFing it, like just putting it down, because I was starting to feel myself fade, and it wasn't the book. It was just like my reading mood. Like eyeball reading stopped working for me. And so I think I got 100 pages into that book, and then I just kind of put it down, and I started to put pressure on myself in my brain to be like, you should continue reading it. You need to finish it. You need to finish it. And then I was like, that's not what we're here for, ma'am. You need to relax. I switched to an audiobook. We ended up listening to Heat of the Everflame. When we were bullet journaling, I showed that that's what I was listening to, and I just finished it today, maybe 45 minutes ago-ish. It was 4 stars. It was such a good book. I think listening to the audiobook really helped me, and then going into April, because today is March 31st. It's the last day of Realmathon. I've actually been a good nugget and like squeezing in some final reading, but I think that audiobooks are going to be important, like as I continue to come out of this funky mood. We did go book shopping as well. I picked up 2 copies of Hungerstone by Kat Dunn. I read this in a vlog recently, like a couple videos ago, and absolutely loved it. It's a 5-star read, obsessed. And then one of my friends, Beth, one of her favorite authors, or like a favorite book of hers, is Bitter Thorn by Kat Dunn. And so I picked up 2 copies because I'm going to annotate one of these and send it to her. And she is annotating Bitterthorn for me and sending it to me. And I'm so excited because I've never done that with a friend before. And I think it's going to be so cool to like be reading a book that my friend has put like all of her thoughts into. I just think that's so fun. And so this is going to be our final project of the vlog. We are going to like, I'm going to say lightly reread Hungerstone, but really it's going to be more like skimming, but annotating and adding all of our thoughts and tee-hees and ha-has and oh no's and feminine rage, because this is such a feminine rage villain origin story in the best way. Sapphic, vampires, like all of the things. I'm so freaking excited. If you're going through a reading slump, this would be like one of my biggest tips. If you have other cozy hobbies that you can kind of rotate through, absolutely do it. We've been crocheting kind of off camera. I don't think I've showed crocheting, but I've been crocheting granny squares for my genre blanket, just like playing catch up. We've been walking. I consider walking a cozy hobby. I have been gaming a lot as well, which I haven't shown on this vlog, but I've been gaming with my friends. I've been obsessed with Repo. I will include some clips actually, so let's do that.
Tori, come back to us. Tori, come back.
Scared me.
Tori.
Feeling the strong.
Okay.
Oh, she looked at him. She looked at him.
Hurry.
He's here.
Prim, come here.
Are all of you under that bed?
What the uncle is crazy.
Get that out of here right now.
I do have a Twitch if you would like to follow me. We game together, we yap a lot. It's always linked down below. It's really important, right? Like I think it's so easy for us, and I would say this about anything besides reading, because reading is such a big part of my life, but it's so easy to get burnt out doing something. I do it with gaming a lot because I will be like absolutely obsessed with one specific game. I did it with Animal Crossing. I did it with Stardew Valley. I did it with Phasmophobia, where you just hit kind of a wall with a game and then you're like, okay, I need a break from this. That's so normal, but with reading, it feels like it's such like a bigger deal. I usually read a little bit every day, and so when I go through this feeling with reading, it feels like, oh my gosh, like the world is ending. What am I gonna do? So yes, if you have other hobbies that you can rotate through, that has been so critical. Getting outside, getting sunshine. Hopefully it's starting to get warm for everybody for spring. It's definitely starting to get warmer here and really beautiful sunshiny days, which has been so nice. And you can do things that are reading adjacent. Like I have not been in the mood to read, but I'm so excited to annotate this book, which is like essentially reading, but it doesn't feel like reading because it's an activity where I'm going to be like doodling and highlighting and trying to make it as cute and aesthetic as I can, even though I'm not crazy about my personal annotation style. People have super cute annotation styles, and I'm like, how do they do that? Bullet journaling is so reading adjacent as well because I do like a reading journal, but it really helps. If you're going through a slump, I'm really sorry. I feel like March, I've heard a lot of people going through reading slumps, which is so unfortunate, but we will get through it. We will see the other side of this. Now that we have yapped for a crazy amount of time in this comfy chair, I'm dying. It's so comfy. Let's annotate a little bit together. We have started annotating. I feel like once I've read a book for the first time and then I'm rereading it to annotate, that's when I can do my best annotations. I think what I struggle with the most when I annotate a book, I don't know what to annotate the first time that I read it. Whereas now going back, I know the themes, I know things to like look out for in the writing. And then obviously I remember certain parts that I was like screaming about that I want to go back and highlight and give all my thoughts and stuff about. So I'm having a wonderful time. We only got up to chapter 2, but I wanted to go through my key, and I did write a little note in here as well. But we have, and I think I showed a clip of this, but amazing quotes in yellow. We have red flags because the husband in this book is a walking red flag, and that's the red tab. We have pink for feminine rage. We have green for villain origin story. Those are different because there's things that are so like triggering in terms of feminine rage that our main character in this book experiences, especially because I think they're 1800s. And she's a wife to like a wealthy man. And so there's so many just things that I'm like, and then I have been doodling. I'll just do close-ups of the little doodles that I've done, but I'm doing them on a sticky note and then I'm cutting and like putting them into the book because I love doing little doodle reactionary drawings, but there's times when I mess up how I want the drawing to look and then I want to like start over. Oh, and then I have a purple tab for just screaming at the top of my lungs, whether it's good or bad, just screaming. And I'm having such a great time with this. Oh my gosh, just reliving this book so soon after I read it for the first time. Stunning. Okay, besties, we have annotated over the halfway point. This book is short. It's like 317 pages, I believe this edition is. And we have annotated up to page 198. So there's lots of tabbies. There's lots of red tabs, which is the red flag tab. There's also a good amount of green, which is villain origin story. So much pink for feminine rage. Like, oh my goodness. Rereading this book, even though it's kind of skimming through, it's really solidifying the fact that it's a 5-star for me. Like one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year. I love it so much. So I have an edition of this that I got for myself because I bought 2. I'm debating copying these annotations for Beth's version into my own, but that seems like a lot of work, and it would be reading this book 3 times in like 2 months. So I don't know that I want to do it, but also like I really do want to do it because I'm just so excited to send this to her. But we're going to end this vlog here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for just spending some time together for our spring reset, getting out of slumpies, getting out of creative ruts. I'm actually truly feeling so much better. So thanks for hanging out, friends. If you've made it this far, leave a little goose emoji in the comments down below for silly goosies, because we need all of the silly, goofy, positive, fun energy going into the best spring that we've had so far. That's what we're manifesting. Thanks so much for hanging. I will see you in my next one very soon. Toodles.